Welcome back to the channel. We are here June 26th, and this is going to be the showdown slate breakdown for the Western Conference Finals between Phoenix Suns and the LA Clippers. Game 4 we got going on here. Can they tie it up? Can they tie it up? That is another question for the Clippers. Yet again, this will be the third time around. Will they be able to tie it up 2-2 or go down 1-3? And that is going to be huge, taking a loss on your home court. Especially the way the Phoenix Suns came out in the first two games. We're going to see. Let's hop into this right now. Just a quick review. Yesterday, we went 1-3 on the props. I thought the Hawks would keep it close, but as time went on, it started to look like all the public, everyone. If you see videos going around, you're trying to like get a prediction from someone, maybe they might be on your same side, and it's everyone just choosing the Hawks +8. Something might be up. Because that was like 75% of the money on, Hawks +8, and because there was no reason to take Milwaukee. Why would you pay that price, even though you thought they would win, and just take Atlanta just to cover 8.5? So that was a little mistake right there, following the sheep. You gotta be different. You gotta see where the money's at and go against that, because that's what tends to happen. That's what tends to happen a lot of the time. Let's hop over into the slate. Starting off with Paul George. I love him at the captain spot. There's going to be other captains that I do like. Paul George is going to be one of the top tier options to have for today. Obviously, he's the catalyst for this team, providing points, providing assists and rebounds, a couple steals there, here and there. But wherever Paul George goes, this team goes, and he stepped up really big in the previous game. They really turned it up to another level. Was able to put up, knock down some threes more than he did in the previous game, and score 27 points and pulled in 15 rebounds. So a nice double-double there. But Paul George is going to be one of the top options at that captain spot. Just usage and facilitate ability, and plus it's between him and Reggie Jackson. And he's going to need some more help. Zubac has been playing well, chipping in some double-doubles, so that's a plus. Terrence Mann is either hit or miss. Marcus Morris has been hit or miss. And if you're relying on Patrick Beverley to knock down threes, that's not great. That is not great. I think they showed up in that must-win situation. So we will see with another game with Chris Paul finally back, see if they push that tempo up. Phoenix is playing very slow, and that's not usually like them. And that's what allowed Clippers to stay in the game and win it. So we're going to look at the next guy that I do like, Ivica Zubac. I just spoke about him. We got back-to-back double-doubles, 14-11 and 15-16. I don't want to miss this boat, and he's staying out of foul trouble. So I'm banging down there with DeAndre Ayton. The longer he's out there, the more he can produce. Ayton is still putting up some nice points and some easy buckets because of his size, but the way that they're using Zubac is very good in the paint. That's why you see 10 free throw attempts in that previous game, 6 in game 2 and 6 in game 1. So the production is there. Can they stop him? That is the question from these easy baskets and from fouling him, because he is a good free throw shooter. All right, European big man, very good free throw shooter. Okay. Next is going to be Chris Paul. I like him at the captain spot yet again. He's going to be more acclimated. He shot 26% from the field in his first game back. So I think he, turns that up a little bit more. That goes from at least 26% to maybe that 40-50 range. And we're looking more points from him as well. Obviously, Booker takes a tiny bit of a backseat since Chris Paul is the floor general, and you see the amount of assists that Chris Paul can put up, even if he's struggling from the outside range. So he put up 15 points and came through with 12 assists and 3 steals. All right, the assists are going to be consistent, and I think he does that yet again. Another double-double in game 4. Next is going to be DeAndre Ayton. Man has been very, very consistent. He got a 33, then a 48 bomb, and then a 35. No double-double. He missed it by 1 rebound in that game, but you should feel very confident for him to get another double-double. So if you want to do a prop on him, or if you want to put him in your fantasy lineup, you should be in good hands. Obviously, he's missing double-doubles by 1 rebound. Like, that doesn't get any better than that. Like, he's right there. He's right on the cusp. We know his average. You know the size mismatch that he does prevent. Well, not prevent, but he shows on the court. It's huge. It's huge. That's why he was able to do that valley oop. So him with this high field goal percentage, him getting a ton of rebounds is going to equal to big fantasy production, and I like him at 8,200. And then last but not least, it's crazy how I'm trying to look on the sports book for props for this guy, but he's been getting a ton of minutes. Crowder's been struggling. Cam Johnson has been that third, fourth guy coming off the bench to put some production up. You got 3 games in a row with over 10 points, knocking down threes, knocking down mid-range jumpers. He's a very good shooter, and I like him to do it yet again. This is a nice, cheap, util play to have at the bottom of your lineups. Throw him in there. He's going to come through with solid production. From North Carolina, great pick. And now he's bringing it over to now these playoffs, and he's shooting very well at a very high clip. And if Mikal Bridges and Crowder are going to continue to struggle, Cameron Johnson is going to get more minutes. One of those two starters is going to have to show up. Bridges or Crowder is going to have a breakout game to help boost this Phoenix Suns team, because you do not want the Clippers to get back in this series, all right? Put your foot on their necks. That's what you got to do. Next, we're going to go over to FanDuel, just checking out the prices. A key with this is if you do a lineup like this with Paul George, Chris Paul, Aiden, and Zubac, it's going to be very expensive. You're going to have to choose a men tier guy at 6,500, and you're looking at scraps, okay? You're looking at Cousins, Etuan Moore. So Etuan Moore, if Cameron Payne is out, then you can go that route because he's going to be the backup point guard. But I don't know if you want to go there. If you feel comfortable with these 4 and then throw in one of these cheap guys like a Cousins, but you don't want to do that. That's gonna negate Ivica Zubac. So if you want to go, Etuan Moore, and this is pretty. You don't want to go this far. You do not want to go this far. You're going to have to make an adjustment. Either, switch out Ayton to someone cheaper or switch out Paul George. No, you keep them. You keep Paul George. You keep Chris Paul. You're going to have to switch out Ayton or Zubac to a cheaper guy so you can pay up for someone that's going to get more legitimate minutes, because in that 7K 6,500 range is very, very scary. Let's look over to FanDuel for our props. And if you can be able to find a Cameron Johnson prop, please do so. Take the over on his points. He's been very consistent. Hopefully it's around that 10.5 range. If it's there, take the over. But other than that, we're going to keep it on Chris Paul. He had a mediocre performance in his first game back. I expect a better performance in game 4. Chris Paul, over 18.5 points. I think he gets to that 20-point range, and that's that plus 100. That shot is going to get knocked down. He's not going to shoot 26% yet again. And I love that prop right there at plus 100. Next is going to be Chris Paul assists plus 9.5 at minus 142. I expect another double-double. This is the floor general. This is the leader. He does not want to miss an opportunity to get to the NBA Finals. That will solidify his career. And he's come a long way. He's had this trouble with the COVID, and now he has an opportunity. He's right there. 2 games away for putting away his former team to get to the NBA Finals. It's a great story. And I think Chris Paul is going to be, put his team on his back and really carry him to that next level. All right. So let me know how you feel about today's core that we have going on. I think Cameron Johnson is a sneaky play. I think mandatory guys are going to be Paul George and Chris Paul. Then you build around that. All right. Obviously, you want to try to fit them in the captain spot and see if you can fit in some mid-tier guys that will, round it out, and hopefully you get to the top of those leaderboards. That's what we're trying to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessNessJustD, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.